And welcome to Vucko's Cabin, number four, episode four. Yeah, Vucko is unable to attend tonight because I don't know for unknown reasons, but he is going to be streaming for us. We hope you guys are having a great night. I have Kreesum here with me tonight, I should say. And Vucko, he might not speak at all. He might speak some here and there, but I also have Kreesum here. He's one of the Gatorade Slurping Labs co-owners. Freedom, if you want to say hello and a few quick messages, you may do so.
Well, Amy did not pay me to say this, but make sure to check out hashtag bot series.
Yes, hashtag Bod Series. If you guys do not know, Bod Series recently had their quote unquote lay hat end quote pick. Kreesum got picked for the league, and we've got three cars picked on Gatorade Slurping Lads team, and we're gonna have to yeet one over to a satellite team. So we're gonna have to figure who that's going to be. We'll do that. So you make sure you guys join the Bot Series server. Their YouTube channel is Bot Series. Just look that up.
Or
But on to
sorry
yeah
about that.
on okay. All right, on to our timeline for what we're going to be discussing tonight. So Vegas weekend opinions. Well, we're going to be talking about how what we thought of the Vegas weekend opinions. I was at a friend's house on Saturday, so I was unable to watch the Xfinity race. But it seems like every week I'm unable to watch one race. But that's the thing. We're gonna discuss Ty Dillon. You guys know last night he released a video or one of his podcast episodes called "I Quit Today," and then some other things we're gonna be talking about is Coke Industries still being with Newman. That's been a hot topic between me and Creason, or some of other people as well. Chris Buescher, will he get more sponsorships after his stage win at Homestead? I personally don't think so, but I could be wrong. Kyle Larson and his sponsorship hopes. What's going to come for him? Um, I honestly think he's gonna with his performance this year. I think he's gonna do pretty good with sponsorship wise. Ryan Preece in his consistent form. Yeah, we're gonna discuss that and Corey LaJoy reliability issues. I haven't really heard about that, but first thing we're gonna go off on is Vegas weekend reaction. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it off to Kreisman if he wants to discuss what he thought about Vegas. So if you want to go ahead and talk about that, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So let's go off with the first stage. I feel like this package has definitely improved from last season. Like short runs wise, it's pretty entertainment. The restarts are pretty nuts. 3 wide, that's amazing for this package that we kept on talking about disagreeing with, telling NASCAR to get rid of it, but that's pretty much delivered this season. I'm not kidding. Because Homestead definitely gave a pretty wild race, and not today. Well, not today. 2 days ago, definitely gave a pretty entertaining race. And say the race was pretty decent. Congratulations to Kyle Larson for his maiden win at Hendrick Motorsports, along with his crew chief. That's also his first win. And plenty of people who work with Larson in that 5 team probably got the first win with him. So this is where I hop on Hendrick dominance. Because lately, Hendrick Motorsports, they've been dominating races. Like William Byron with his Homestead win, and now Kyle Larson with his Vegas win 2 days ago. I feel like Chase Elliott is definitely having a rough start to the season. Like, I feel like it's like, how can I say this? A championship hangover like Kyle Busch had last season. I'm hoping that Chase Elliott doesn't really continue this form for the whole entire season. But let's get on to Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman, he showed improvement compared to last season, the 88 team. Like once again, he's doing decent, but most people are going to were thinking that Alex Bowman's gonna definitely improve more and outperform once again, but it's not really showing. And same thing goes for Chase Elliott. He's the defending championship. Playoff spots are closing fast. We already got McDowell, William Byron, not Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, and who else? I know there's someone who was already locked
Christopher
in.
Bell.
Oh yeah, Christopher Bell. 4 spots already locked in. That's like 8 more spots. No. 12 more spots. They're closing fast. Big the big teams have to be panicking because Stuart Haas is not running well. Kevin Harvick, 9 wins. I thought he would be running up the field by now, but no, he's not performing, and it really shows at Vegas. Meanwhile, I could definitely give Chase Briscoe and Cole Custer a break because they're still technically rookies. I mean, Chase Briscoe, he's a rookie. This is basically Cole Custer's sophomore year, I believe. I think it's
Mm,
sophomore year. But
yeah.
Eric Amarola, he's consistent, but like he hasn't shown consistency for the start of the season. Because I've been
Consistently
expecting,
inconsistent.
yeah, consistently
Sorry.
inconsistent. Yes, thank you for correcting me. Eric Amarola, Stuart Haas Racing, they really need to up their game because there is no way they're gonna be like this for the remainder of the season. What I would say is for the big teams, I feel like they reduced funding for this year to raise funding for the next gen cars because this is the last year of the Gen 6. Next season we're going to the Gen 7. So I feel like that's what's really getting to him. Which is why probably Chris Buescher got a stage win. He was basically dominating the first half of the race until he 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 was messed up by a 5 wide restart. Which I'm surprised that nobody was taken out during that 5 wide restart at Homestead. So back to Vegas. Vegas. I feel like I didn't watch the last Las Vegas race 1 year ago. I did watch the playoff Vegas race. But I feel like Vegas is definitely improving. Definitely. Because the entertainment level's up there. And thanks to Las Vegas being probably one of USA's tourist attractions, I feel like the better NASCAR entertains in that race, and the more fans that'll potentially come to the sport because people in Las Vegas who aren't fans of NASCAR will hear the word about Las Vegas Motor Speedway and they'll become fans. So I definitely give Las Vegas a round of applause for the race that took place last Sunday. So, Fish, if you want to, at this time, you can change the topic or keep on talking about Las Vegas.
Yeah. Um. So I thought Las Vegas was a very good race. I actually really enjoyed watching it. I think that's the only race where I actually watched the whole thing through. And so I'm gonna start off with the truck race. I thought that was a decent race. It wasn't the best race I've ever seen out of the trucks, but it was actually pretty good. Kyle Busch nearly winning. I was actually hoping for him to win, but he was. I wanted John Hunter Nemechek to win as well, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll just let John Hunter Nemechek win. And um, so Kyle Busch blows a tire. I forgot which lap it was, but he blew a tire, and then I think he spun himself out so he can call a caution, prevent himself from going a lap down. Creedon, can you mute your mic?
Yeah, sure. I thought Miles was going to be silent for this, but all right.
All right. Thank you. So, Xfinity, I wasn't able to watch that, but congratulations to AJ Allmendinger for getting his first win of the season. I think, yeah, first win of the season. He got 2 wins last season. I think he's definitely making an improvement. Um, but with I think it was Daytona Road Course where he got screwed over by Austin Cindric. Correct me if I'm wrong, but um, and then the Cup race, I agree with Kreisman. Yeah, I think that was a pretty good. That was a very good race. I love the package. I think it was a step up from last year. I didn't really, as well as a fairly new NASCAR fan last season. I didn't really care about the package. I thought everyone was just complaining for like no reason, and now see why everyone's complaining. because they wanted good racing, and I think we got that this past weekend. In all three series, actually. I talked to some of my friends about the race for the Xfinity race, and they said it was pretty good. Actually, no, some of them said it was boring. Some of them said it was good, but congratulations to AJ Allmendinger, congratulations to Kyle Larson, and also congratulations to John Hunter Nemechek. Those are your winners for Las Vegas. And I'm gonna go ahead and take it on to another topic. Last night, I believe it was yesterday, a couple days ago, Ty Dillon released a video or podcast clip saying I quit today. Um, so I watched it for about I watched the whole thing. I related to some of the stuff he said because letting emotions out is pretty good step forward to helping yourself become a better person in the future, and hopefully, I hope I see him back in a race car soon. So, Cruisem, I want to hear some of your opinions on that. If you would like to go ahead and speak.
So it's pretty interesting the see the podcast of Ty Dillon, just a struggling driver, struggling to find seats, opportunities, and all that. I feel like this is a pretty rare occurrence where drivers actually come out, and I really hate that Ty Dillon. Sorry for the swear that's going to come here. Basically, got shit on by someone in the NASCAR community for just making his feelings known. How horrible his mental state has been ever since Bob Levine. No, not Bob Levine. No, it wasn't Bob Levine.
Germain Racing.
Yeah, Bob Germain Racing shut down. I feel like he's probably lost some connection with his Richard Childress because Bob Germain was basically partnered with Richard Childress just to give Ty Dillon that seat. And now since they've lost Geico, they basically had to shut down, which basically started this whole mess Ty Dillon's been going through. So to see this podcast come out from a struggling driver, you could really see the downsides of being a NASCAR driver as a whole. So, and hate to be
Yeah,
Ty Dillon right
and
now.
yeah, so I interrupt you, but I've been one. I ever since I started watching NASCAR, I've always been wanting to maybe go to like a go karting place and see how I do driving. And recently I got my temps, and I was like, you know what, driving ain't that bad after all, even though you're going like average speed is like 30 to 70 miles an hour. But and then I was faced with that podcast last night, and I'm like, holy crap, I see how they feel. A lot of people go through a lot of stress in their life, and I didn't really Cruising, give me your mic again. Sorry.
I mean, I was talking until you decided to
Oh
take
yeah.
a bit over,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's good to
But
what you're saying.
like I was saying, a lot of NASCAR drivers to go through a lot of stress. A lot of people don't see it like that, but they definitely do get a lot of stress. 'Cause, they're fighting sponsors, they're fighting a lot of things in one day. They basically do a lot of things. They basically do. I know it's gonna sound corny, but they basically do more than some of us do an entire day or an entire. I don't know however long you want to say that, but it's being a motorsports driver is a very very tough job. I never really took it as an easy job. Because I've been because I play my instrument at school, and I've been questioning whether I should quit that or if I should go to racing motorsports or if I should just stick with playing my instrument. Which after hearing that last night, I'm probably my best decision is probably gonna be staying with instrument because I mean, I'd love to travel the country and race cars, but it's gonna be a tough job to do once you get into it. So that's my opinion on Ty Dillon's podcast. So let me go ahead and go to the next topic here, which is we already talked about Bod Series, Coke Industries with Newman. So if you guys remember, Coke Industries sponsored Newman during the Daytona 500 in 2020, and then he crashed, obviously, which gave Coke Industries a lot of um, I'm not sure, but it gave them some publicity. I can't speak tonight. And they also ran at the first Martinsville race of the season, which I was very excited for that because I really like that scheme. Um, and I was pretty bummed to hear that they wouldn't be sponsoring Newman this season. At least I don't think they are this season. And yeah, so hopefully Coke Industries does come back, or Cook Industries, or however you say it. Motorcycles going by my house. All right, so Prism, do you have any opinions on Coke Industries?
So I find this interesting. So earlier today, I went on searching through Newman's schemes for this season, the last season. There was no Coke. Can you mute your mic? Um, it's pretty
Wow.
interesting to see that Coke Industries sticker isn't on the car, and I believe that that's causing a lot of speculation since last season. Obviously, Coke Industries sponsored Newman for the Speed Weeks, the Daytona 500, and the Martinsville. I feel like they're probably backing out of NASCAR because I feel like the Coke Industries scheme is cursed after that Daytona 500 wreck. Like, there's no debate. It's definitely cursed. Every single time somebody sees that scheme, they immediately think of the Daytona 500. It's they probably talk behind the scenes how like they're probably gonna run race this season, which I'm heavily doubting. But once again, the Coke Industries didn't have a sticker on Ryan Newman's car, and apparently one of the Newman fans, when I tweeted out, is Coke Industries still sponsoring Ryan Newman. Coke Industries is apparently their logo is apparently still on Newman's website. Let me go ahead and check that out for myself in a quick second. But really, it's an interesting topic because I feel like after the Daytona 500 wreck, Coke Industries probably got a lot of a lot of publicity after that wreck, which and thanks to the scheme being cursed after that wreck, I feel like they probably decided, you know what, man, I don't feel like NASCAR's a thing. We vote don't every single time our NASCAR fans see our schemes, they're gonna make me think of Daytona 500. I think we should back out. I feel like that's what they're probably said behind the scenes, but it's definitely a topic that Roush Fenway definitely has to talk about because once again, it hasn't really been said if that Roush Fenway is still sponsors with Coke Industries. They already said that Coke Industries is no longer sponsored by Newman or Roush Fenway. But once again, this is a pretty interesting topic that is pretty much still unanswered to this day. So, Fish, if you want to go to the next topic, that'll be fine.
All right, thank you, Prism. Thank you for your input on that. So our next topic is Chris Buescher. Will he get more sponsorship after a stage win at Homestead? So if you guys don't know, Chris Buescher got the stage one finish, or he got the stage one first place at Homestead, Miami, which was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty interesting. Kreisman and I were freaking out on Twitter over that. You guys could probably see that. But will he get more sponsorships? That's the question. That's the question at hand. So I don't think he will probably get a sponsor because a lot of drivers win stages and they don't get sponsors from it. But Roush Fenway already has Fastenal Racing or Fastenal Tools, whatever their sponsor is. They already have them. I think Fastenal is a good sponsor for Chris Buescher because they've been a sponsor for Ricky Stenhouse when he was in the 17 as well. And Sonny D dropping Chris Buescher, I think that was, at least I think that dropped him. That was probably a mistake, but you know, I love to see new sponsors on cars because guaranteed rate. Also, yeah, guaranteed rate is coming back this season. I'm not sure if anyone heard that, but they are coming back this season to sponsor the Rocket Man himself. So, Cruisin, if you have any input on Chris Buescher's sponsorships, go ahead and you can go ahead and say them.
All right, so Chris Buescher. Let me get on the topic of Sonny D here. Sonny D was a Ricky Stenhouse sponsor, I believe, and there probably had to
They
go.
they sponsor Chris Buescher as well.
Yeah, I know. They probably stayed in for probably one last season and just went back with Ricky Stenhouse. I really love that Sunny D car. I'm like, it's so beautiful. I hate it. I hate that it's no longer going to be running, but I'm happy that there's a diecast of it, which is obviously going to last a long time if it's taken care properly. I mean, so Chris Buescher, once again, basing off Fish's claim that usually stage wins don't mean sponsorships. This could be one rare case because Chris Buescher was dominating. He had the first half of the Homestead race that generated lot, a lot of discussion, which probably gave satisfied Fastenal that their driver that they're sponsoring basically led like 57 laps, I believe, 57 laps, but he was like up front for the first half of the race, which is probably brought a lot of NASCAR fans, well, old NASCAR fans, to the time where Roush Fenway Racing was like at the top before they started dwindling. So Chris Buescher, I feel like Brian Newman's sponsor Hy-Vee could possibly jump on Chris Buescher because Chris Buescher, like he's a young gun. He's he definitely has opportunities to grow as a driver. I honestly felt that Homestead race, Chris Buescher was going to dominate. He was probably going to get an actual win he deserved, not a win that was lucked out by rain or slash weather. Like for example, his first win in the 34. So Chris Buescher, I would really like to see Hy-Vee or a new sponsor, like quite possibly like another hardware company with probably Fastenal has something to say about that behind the scenes. But probably another juice company like not a juice company. Just let that in my head. Nice.
Hmm,
It
nice.
would pretty be nice to see new sponsors hopping on Chris Buescher or Roush Fenway or in NASCAR. Doesn't matter what car. But I feel like this is definitely a good look on Ryan Newman. Not Ryan Newman. God damn it. Wrong topic. This is definitely a good look on Chris Buescher's resume for sponsors. So that's all I have to say about Chris Buescher and his sponsorship. Now we're gonna move on to Larson and his sponsorship hopes. Fish, if you'd like to go ahead and talk about Larson here.
Yeah. I thought Kyle Larson that was a pretty good win. Um, I thought I think he deserved that after all he's been through. Yeah, everything. Um, even Bubba Wallace shook his hand in the victory lane, which I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, and other than sponsors, or actually other than that, sponsor wise, I think he'll attract a few sponsors, but how many of those sponsors are going to stay? That's the main question for a few more seasons, because that can be because guaranteed rate. This could be their final season. We don't know it yet, but that's basically all I have to say on that. If you want to take over, also, Cruz, I'm going to have you take over these last couple topics if you want to, because I don't really know about too much of them. But if you want to go ahead and discuss those, if you go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I'll gladly do that. So Larson, I do not see Target coming back. Like I don't. I kind of forgot when was the last time Target ran with Kyle Larson, so I definitely do not see him coming back. Credit One Bank, that's an obvious no. I would pretty much like to see like new sponsors once again hop on, give Kyle Larson a chance. I would definitely see like what was Kyle Larson's sponsor again? I don't have to do with
Uh,
Nation something like
Nation's
that.
Guard, Nation's Guard.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see
Also,
Nation's Guard run more paint
sorry to
schemes
interrupt you,
with.
but I think the last time he ran Target was in 2019. I think, uh,
I,
or
I
2016. I don't know, but somewhere around there. Go ahead.
I feel like this is also an opportunity for like sponsors to like jump the gun, get in, to be with Kyle Larson, be Larson's main sponsor for a couple of races. Because Larson, like, he's a dirt racer. He has a ton of experience. He has championship potential if he could still manage to be consistent, especially in Hendrick equipment. And I like that Hendrick Motorsports is giving Kyle Larson a chance, despite him not bringing in and barely bottom the barrel funding. I feel like this is definitely going to pay out for Rick Hendrick. He definitely made a good decision keeping, well, not really keeping, but signing Kyle Larson. And I really would like to see him sponsor with Kyle Larson. Once again, it would be nice to see fresh paint schemes. It would also be nice to see Hendrick designers definitely up their game because I feel like they've been kind of slacking. But the 48 team, whoever designs the 48 cars, he better keep the job. That's a pretty good designer. So that's all I have to say about Larson. And the next topic, since I get to it, will be about Ryan Preece in his consistent form. So Ryan Preece, he's got 3 top 10s and four no 3 top 10s and four races, which is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. And an open car, that's that's pretty much amazing. I feel like some money is kind of lacking for him because they what's his same name again? The the people who own the 37 car basically had to sell the charter for I believe one.
JTG Daugherty Racing. Sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt again, but that's what it is.
I mean, thank you for telling me the team name. So I feel like JT Daugherty Racing had to sell the charter in order to gain money, but which is kind of sacrificing the charter bonus that teams get, which is something that once again the '96 team didn't really get for the times they ran as an open car. So I feel like it's kind of a high risk, big reward situation right now because Brian Priest is definitely pushing out the performances that JT Daugherty Racing would really like, along with Stenhouse. I feel like Stenhouse is like sort of in the like he's in the middle section. He definitely has time to improve. I feel like the super speedway races are going to be really, really important for JT Daugherty Racing in order for that Ryan Priest high risk, big reward type of situation they're in right now because once again, there's one open car which is Ryan Priest and Ricky Stenhouse already has a charter. So I feel like JT Daugherty Racing pretty much gambling their luck here this season with selling the charter to I believe it was Corey LaJoy's team, the 7 team. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or yeah, the 99 team got the 13 charter. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that they had to sell the 37 charter to the 7 team. So Ryan Priest, I really hope he continues his form. The last race wasn't pretty good. He's finished, but however, he still finished in the top 15, if I can remember correctly. So that's still pretty good for a open car. So last topic of the day: Corolla Joy reliability issues. So I feel like, of course, the 17 is new for Spire Motorsports. This is like their first year running 2 full time teams that one team that's actually pretty much full time. There's no drivers going in, another driver going in for another race, all that fun stuff that they're doing with the 77. Like Spire Motorsports is definitely playing. I feel like they're not getting pretty good engines because they've been, if I can remember correctly, they had to head to the garage because they probably had an mechanical issue on the car last Vegas. I'm probably sure the same thing happened in Homestead. But like I feel like the reliability is probably going to be a massive issue with Spire this season, and I'm not pretty sure how their reliability is just going to go transform over to Gen 7 because once again, new car, new everything, new engine, new aerodynamics, new gearbox, new transmission, new everything basically. So I'm really curious on what they're gonna do reliability wise, performance wise, because once again, Spire Motorsports is definitely a team that is really trying to be competitive, but they're pretty much lacking in that sense. That's pretty much all I have to say. So Fish wants to add in more topics to extend this podcast a little bit further because we're just barely crossing the 30-minute mark. So feel free to talk about topics, and I'll probably touch up on it.
Yeah, I don't really have any much to talk about, but I don't if Vucko wants to come in real quick and add something, that'd be great. But also, um, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug Bod Series again just to fill in some space. But so Bod Series, they ran a season last season, or they ran their first inaugural. I can't speak. I'm sorry. They ran their inaugural season last year, and it ended in February. Actually, no, it was ended March 5th. Congratulations to Jordan Teague for winning the championship. Um, and they started off their season pretty well. I thought it was a pretty good series to watch every Friday, and it was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. And to be a part of it this season is even greater. And I'm glad Kreisman is part of it because Kreisman and I have been stressing about him not making it for the past, like, I don't know, 2 months now, I should say.
Few months.
And now that 3 or 4 months, yeah, we've been stressing about that for a long time now, but now our stress is kind of relieved because Kreisman is in the in oh, I can't speak again. He's in the team that Vucko built. Hopefully we're not Rick Ware. Sorry, Vucko. But what should I say? So we have last night we got three drivers picked on, or we got three drivers picked to our racing team, and with my charter that me and Vucko already had two cars, so we have to throw on a person to a satellite team, which we're probably going to name Bolt 24 Racing, but we might change that. We might not. We don't know yet. But these guys will probably still be on in our control. Like we'll own the teams. We're probably on the team still unless I can own it and or something like that. But we'll figure all that out later. So um, I I mean I know this podcast didn't really run for about an hour or like 40 minutes, but um, we really just we didn't really have anything to talk about other than all the stuff we talked about. So be sure to join us for Bod Series Season 2. I don't know when that is because they haven't released a schedule yet, but hopefully it's hopefully it's still this year. But new package, new cars, new everything, really, new tracks. But that's all I have to say. Kreisman, if you want to go ahead and give your closing remarks, you can go ahead and do so. Or if you want to talk about anything, you can.
Gladly. So, firstly, the drivers I Fish didn't really mention that are going to be running for our team with Bolt 24 Racing and Gator Slurping lads. It's so the hat shows me, Doc and Nate, and 21 Master, and for the truck series, well, super trucks, we could have Chackaroony in the 41. I kind of forgot what his sponsor is already. Let me go ahead and
I
check on the
think it's
Bod series.
Oklahoma University Sooners or something like that. But
Uh, uh,
yeah.
yeah, Oklahoma Sooners.
So I'm gonna go
Uh,
ahead and I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
huh.
I'm gonna go ahead and um name off all the drivers that made it
Already did.
into
Already did.
no, not for our team, but for
Oh,
the whole thing. Um, so we already have 21 Master, Alondo, which he was in last season. I don't know why. I don't know how he got back in. Mountain, Ant, Stream Cheese, Doctor Octagon. Who is this guy? As a 9009. I don't know what the heck that says. Kreism, Dakin, Super Soggy, and Dagobra. And we've already had a lot of announcements from those drivers about what their sponsor is going to be. And I wanted to announce that one of my sponsors are going to be Bass Pro Shops. That's going to be pretty cool. But we're going to have to release a paint scheme. Kreisman's working on it. I actually started designing it, but Kreisman said, screw it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to redesign the whole goddamn thing. So that's my closing remarks. If you guys want to go ahead and say your last words or last words if you want to say
Okay,
your
yep,
closing
thank you,
remarks. I'll just close it off.
bye!
Okay, what the?
Oh wow!
That was probably the funniest part of the podcast so far, but yes, little told these.
Did
what
you
do I have?
already end it?
No, I didn't end it.
Did you?
I'm
Okay,
still live.
good,
You
good,
guys want
good.
to say, like, any last word? Like, you get one word. What do you have to say?
H.
That's a letter, not a word.
All right, so all right. I'm gonna say this.
That's not a...
So
You can only say one
well,
word, Fish.
actually, I'm saying our closing remarks. Okay, so get it.
It can only be one word.
Bye.
Creasum.
God dang it, Vucko.
What? My last word was H.
That's not
I
a
don't need no
word. Say a
explanation.
word, for fuck's sake, dude.
The letter H.
Oh, that's 3 words. You're dead.
Did you end it or what?
No, I haven't. Yeah, we're still on.
All right then. Let me say one
Oh
last
my
word.
gosh.
Jackaroonie.
Alright, yeah, so thank you guys for watching the podcast. See y'all later.